So, Red Apple Orchards is looking to expand, get carried by bigger grocery chains. One of the best ways to get noticed by these chains is a trade show. And the key to a successful trade show run is a strong, cohesive, and recognizable visual identity. We need to create an experience where every aspect, from the booth itself to all of its supporting materials, look like they belong together. My name's Colton, and today I just wanted to take a few minutes to go over the marketing kit that I sent over and how I think I achieved this trade show goal in a way that's hopefully a little bit more fun than reading. Okay, let's start off with the big one, the logo. Now, the first step to making sure that a brand has a strong identity is a strong logo. The old logo had a few problems, but the main one was versatility. It can't really work small. So this new logo is designed to work big, like on the side of a truck, or as small as an icon on an Instagram page. It can work horizontally, vertically, or just the mark by itself. The mark is meant to represent the cyclical nature of farming. It starts as a sapling, goes through the process, and grows into an apple, and then back again. This shows that Red Apple Orchards is involved with and cares about every step of the process. The typography of the logo is a pair between a sans serif and a serif typeface. The serif is very classic. It shows that Red Apple Orchards knows where it comes from and respects the past. But the sans serif is very modern and geometric. It shows that we're ready to embrace the future and whatever changes that come with that. This contrast between modern and classic is going to become a theme throughout the rest of these designs. Now, of course, we're not just going to see the logo in black, so let's add some color. So we have three main colors. This dark brown is like the trunks and the soil on the orchard. It's the basis of our color palette. It's very sturdy. It's what the logo and all of the type is going to be set in. This yellow color is like the sunlight that shines between the trees on the orchard. It sits behind the brown, creating a lot of contrast, making sure that the type can always be readable. And lastly, this deep green is our supporting color. It's what all the decorative and supporting elements are set in. It complements the other two colors without drawing too much attention to itself. So we have a nice hierarchy established. Well, now that we have a logo, let's look at all places it's going to go. Okay, now the booth. Can't really have a trade show run without one. So booths are obviously a place to meet with potential clients and buyers, but they also allow a brand to establish its voice and the kind of experience it wants to give. Our booth is made out of wood and turf to look like grass. This gives it a very classic, natural, and rustic feeling. This is contrasted with a very modern, geometric architectural style. This carries on the theme of modern and classic aesthetics. The booth is open on all sides. This allows traffic to come and go more freely, but it also gives us a lot of flexibility as far as placement on the trade show floor. If we had a lot of walls on the booth, we could really only be placed as an end cap, but since we're open, we can be placed pretty much anywhere on the floor. The booth itself has two main spaces. One of them has a big seating area. This gives attendees just a spot to come in and sit down. Attendees are walking around all day, talking to all kinds of different brands, and it can be exhausting. So giving them a spot to just come in and catch their breath for a second in your booth is a great way to drive traffic. The other space is a little bit more closed in. This is more for talking to potential buyers. It's closed in, so that allows the buyer to be less distracted by all the other people, the other booths, the other TVs, and lets them really just focus in on the conversation with you. Now, a booth alone doesn't make a successful trade show. So let's look at the supporting materials that we're going to be bringing with us. Okay, starting with the business cards. Everybody needs a nice looking card, but these also give me a chance to talk about the visual identity that I've carried through all the designs on these pieces. The main feature is the illustrations. These are inspired by classic etchings and old catalog illustrations. They're very dense to reflect a bountiful harvest. This is our classic element. And the yellow shapes will cut through the designs and overlap and play with the illustrations. This is our modern element, carrying that theme forward again. The angles of these yellow shapes give a lot of dynamism and excitement to the designs, but they also give a lot of flexibility. They can really be any size and come in at any angle. So no matter what information needs to be displayed in this space, it can work. Okay, moving on to the Eblast. In the context of trade shows, Eblasts are sent out right before the show to attendees to drive traffic to the booth. They'll often feature discounts or invites to exclusive parties. Ours features a QR code that when they bring to the booth and we scan it, they'll be entered in a raffle for a chance to win a trip to Orlando. This drives traffic to our booth, but also what better way to show off our product in our orchard than by literally having potential buyers come and visit. Okay, now the takeaway. These are just fun little things that brands can give out at the show so that attendees have something to remember them by. Ours is going to be peanut butter made at Red Apple Orchards. This will pair with the apples that we're also going to be giving out, because giving away snacks at a trade show is really valuable. These people are often so busy that they don't take time for a lunch. So with our booth having a place to sit, they have somewhere where they can come in, relax, and have a snack. This is going to be a great way to drive traffic to the booth. And it also shows that Red Apple Orchards isn't just limited to cherries and apples, and we can expand in all kinds of different places. Okay, finally, the big one, the sales sheet. This is what buyers are going to use to order product directly from you. So we need to make sure that it serves that function. The UPC codes that are on there allow the buyer to scan and order directly from the sheet. You can see that we've broken one of the conventions on the rest of the designs. There's no yellow shape behind the products. This is to allow the UPC code to have as much contrast with the background as possible, making sure that it can scan well. We also include a table that includes the sizes, weight, and quantity of the cases and the units. This is really important information for the buyer, so we have to make sure that it's easily readable and in a convenient spot on the sheet. Now, obviously, sales sheets are meant to be really functional, but they also give us a space to talk about our brand, reinforce the conversation that would have happened with the buyer at the trade show. We can remind them why we're unique and why we're special and why our product is so good. This also gives the buyer a few talking points that they can use when their customers ask them about our brand. So all of these pieces, from the booth itself to its supporting materials, all have their individual functions. We need to make sure they serve them well. But it's important to make sure that they're visually cohesive. We want to make sure that no matter which piece or pieces that an attendee walks away with, they'll always recognize it as part of the Red Apple Orchards brand. Okay, well that's everything. I hope you liked it. I did my best to create a series of pieces that would give Red Apple Orchards the most successful trade show run possible. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at coltonjlavely@gmail.com. And thanks for watching.